knees, stretching our wrists, flat down all the way. As much as you can handle it, all the way down. And same exact thing, we're going to exaggerate sideways, just like this, all the way down. And same exact thing backwards, just like this. Alright. Direction. And shake them out. Yeah, it's not. I didn't create that. Yeah. All right. So, battling. I know that some of us that might not be your intention at all. However, I think I mentioned this the last time I did a little bit of a battle-centered class. Again, we're going to talk about breaking and we're going to talk about hip hop. We have to talk about battling. It's just part of the culture. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I know that some of us only know of hip hop through the classroom setting, but again, like you can't ignore battling. There's no shortcut around it. So with there being, again, there's 5 different events that are happening this weekend. I highly recommend that if you guys are not competing, even though I really would love for all of you to compete, to at least go to one of these events. Before class ends, I'm super down to just spread the information of all the people that are throwing the battles. But yeah, this class, I really want us to go into one of these events with that confidence, assuming that you do want to compete, and just having that, even if it's just like 1%, I just want you guys to feel, okay, based on what I learned today, I feel that much more comfortable of even maybe attempting the idea of entering. Because I know that competing is a super scary idea, and this is something that I really want to encourage more people within the community to at least try out, because I know a lot of people are very intimidated, when they see people competing, but I think that it's not necessarily about, the fame, it's not about getting validation from like your peers or your teachers, but this is more about you and overcoming this confidence, gaining that confidence and overcoming that insecurity that you might feel about being judged, about expressing yourself. And again, if we're going to talk about hip hop, we have to talk about self-expression. This is the one reason why with this class, I really push you guys to explore like the ability to freestyle, because I think it's phenomenal. It's a really dope skill if you're able to follow somebody else's lead with choreo. But I want to see what you're able to bring to the table when you hear a song like this, without me holding your hand, you know? So, for starters, just by show of hand, if you've ever entered a battle, can you raise your hand? And for the people who have not entered, would you ever consider entering, or are you like absolutely not? Like I know for a fact that this is not something that I'm curious about, or things like that.
My goal,
yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And
I need to know more.
You need to know more. Okay, for sure. So I guess not to single you out, but just for you. Again, I don't know like what the schedule looks like, but I would highly recommend, if possible, to at least physically go to just check it out and possibly get inspired. And hopefully, you know, this information does affect you one day in the future. Alright? Okay, so the first thing that I really want to go over is talking about like your introduction. So this applies to breaking, but this also applies to, I think, any other type of competition as well. So ideally, you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, that you're standing out. So I have, and I'm gonna show you some examples in a second, but I have a couple things that I like to do that I know for a fact is gonna like capture the attention of the judge, the audience, or my opponent. Where all right, let me, instead of talking, let me just show you. So let's say I'm battling, right? And it's my turn to go. So I can easily go like this, wave, you know, look down and try to hype myself up. Or I might do that and then continue. So me just walking like this and me doing that little dynamic roll is the difference between somebody being like, oh shit, and like, okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I want to go over is thinking about something that I like to call a dynamic entry. So this is pretty much your attention getter. So I know that you all have to write papers in school. This is the thing that we're writing down on paper saying, hey, pay the fucking attention because I'm about to smoke you. You want to have that confidence that I'm about to present, and you want people to wake up and to pay attention. That's not to say like 100% of your rounds you have to do something crazy like a roll up, but I think that it's very important to have at least a couple of them in your pocket. So whether or not you do a sport, you do another style of dance, you do martial arts, anything that you can naturally think of to get you from here to here, and especially to get the judges and or your opponent to like wake up and pay attention, that's a plus. So these are things like slides, cartwheels, if you know how to flip, maybe you can even do, I think even burns kind of count as that. And we'll go into burns later. Burn is pretty much a way for you to either make fun of, intimidate, or joke at your opponent. Some of them can be really lighthearted, some of them can be really nasty. It can get really personal, especially within the breaking scene. I've seen a lot of interesting ones, and just like just like what Melanie was saying yesterday, how for some reason B-boys go like this. They take out their imaginary penis and they will go like this, and I personally don't condone that, and as a B-boy I feel weird that like that's like our signature burn, but and then a lot of the women who end up battling these guys, they normally just go like this, you know, as a response if somebody's gonna go like that. But for right now, again, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of things that I've done just over like my career battling, just to give you guys some inspiration. And we're gonna go around the room, and I want you just to think of one thing that you think that would make you feel comfortable introducing yourself as a competitor, as a dancer, that is going to get you from here to the center, okay? So I will start, and again, I'm just going to throw a couple of mine, and again, there's no wrong thing here. We're experimenting, we're creating, and I don't want you to feel like, fuck, like, this next person, you know, is going to do something crazy, and the person before me did something super dope. I have to, nah, just even if it's something chill, I want you to think of something, again, that represents you, that you can do to stand out and to introduce yourself. And again, it doesn't have to be anything super crazy, but again, like, you're gonna see. Just pay attention to some of my examples, all right? All right, so I already did the roll, right? Trying to think. So another one that I like to do is where I will do this. And then I'll continue dancing from there. And that's literally just me flipping over one arm and flipping back. And again, it's nothing super over the top, but it's something that will help me stand out slightly. Okay? Another one that I can do, assuming that I'm going, I might do this. So I do that a lot, you might compete. Another one could be, now I'm getting stuck. Okay, so there's one that I would like to demonstrate, but this is how I actually got into it a couple weeks ago. So for those of you who know, I do a roll, I jump into the air, and I'll dive down like that, and I'll slide back on my knees, and I stand up. That's another one. But yeah, so those are just a couple of few examples, okay? So, now we're going to go around the room, and again, anything that you can think of. It could be a roll, it could be a cartwheel, it could be a back tuck, it could be you walking super sexy and trying to seduce your opponent. It could be you going up to somebody, smelling them and going like that. Just something that is going to captivate. Alright, that's going to help you stand out. Because again, if there's 60 people in a room and assuming that you guys are trying to get these prelims, what is going to help you stand out amongst everybody else? And everybody's going to do this already. We're all here already, and we're all going to try to hype ourselves up because we're nervous and insecure. But what are you going to do to just kind of like put yourself out there, aside from doing like a simple walk around? Alright? So again, whoever's feeling it first, before it first, and again, I just want to see everybody go at least once, and there's no wrong thing. Dynamic entry, something that is really going to be like, oh shit. Alright? To the best of your ability, let's see it. And boom. Nice, nice. Simple cartwheel. Alright? Let's keep it going. Boom. Simple slide, yes. Let's keep it going, let's keep it going. Try not to think about it too much. Yes. Let's keep it going. Yes. Boom. Yes, yes. Let's continue, let's continue. Boom. 2 spins. Let's keep it going. Okay. Start out to freeze and right down. Nice. It's okay, not. Keep it going. You got 2 people left. So if you need any hits up, there you go. Boom, boom. Yes, And anything that comes to mind, Boom. Boom. Awesome. So, I want you all, everybody went, right? Oh, sorry. My bad. Okay, just. Boom. Okay. Alright, so now I want you all to keep in mind what you just did. Because this is also going to go into something else that I wanted to talk about, which is building a set. And this is where we're going to start going in some more of the breaking foundation. Okay, so a set is pretty much, think of it as like your own personal choreo that you can fall back on. God forbid you get stage fright or you blank. Or you really just don't fuck with the music. So if you pay attention to like a lot of ravers, a lot of them have like anywhere between maybe 3 to like 20 sets just stored in their pocket just to throw out. And And that's how you're able to kind of just like win a competition, just in case you're not really feeling the music, if you really feel like you're winded and again, you're not there mentally. A set is super important if you're trying to get into like the competitive scene, because you can always just bring it out of your pocket and then throw it. So from here, assuming that all of you are super comfortable with what you just did, let that be like part one of the set that you're about to create for today, right? So the second thing that I want you guys to really think about and focus on is once you actually are on the floor, how are you going to keep that momentum from whatever it is that you just did? Are you going to intentionally go down, meaning are you going to just chill like this to start building suspense? Because if you do something super crazy up here and then you intentionally go down, people are going to be like, okay, well, what's happening? But that could be a tactic to kind of like reel in people to be like, okay, like where is this going? Almost as if you're storytelling. So if I go and do like my crazy jump and I roll and I slide and I get up and I go like that on beat, and then I'm here and I'm chilling just like that and I'm looking at my opponent here, I'm kind of building that suspense intentionally, because my opponent's going to be like, okay, well, they're not doing shit, so what's about to happen? They're trying to keep people on edge. Or if you're really, really feeling the song, you can try to ride that high of whatever you just did and stay consistent. However, that is a double-edged sword, because you might burn out, you might get too excited, and assuming that you're going one-on-one round, if you put in 110% into your first round, when it's time for you to go for your second round, you're going to be like, fuck, I don't know what to do, I'm tired, I can't think, I can't breathe, I need water, and you're going to be super scattered. It's happened to me 1,000 times, and it's something that I really want to advocate. And this is assuming that we are now in a situation where you are facing somebody like one-on-one, okay? So from here, what I want us to try to think about, actually no, before we try to think about anything, I'm going to give everybody a couple tools just to work with. We're going to do a couple top rock steps that I want you to kind of like add to like your arsenal or whatnot. So from here, I am going to start with a very, very simple thing. I think we did it 2 seconds ago for our warm-up, which is our front step and our back step. Keep in mind that like, assuming that we are like breaking, this is pretty much just like the bread and butter of like any type of top rock. So again, I'm pretty confident we all know how to do this already, but the reason why I'm going over this is because I just want to go over a couple variations of this very simple stuff, okay? So again, we're starting out just like this. My leg is always going to be diagonal from where I step. My chest is popping out and I'm fully exaggerating both of these arms just right here. I'm bringing it back just like that. Notice how I'm kind of on my tippy toes. I want to be light, okay? And from here, I'm then stepping all the way out. My heel is up, I'm crossed, chest is out, my arms are fully extended, and I bring it in. Same exact thing, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and I'm here. So, when it comes to this, everybody in this room can do the same exact step and still look a little bit different based on you implementing your own original style to that same exact step. So, some people might want to keep it super chill right here, and some people might want to do this and actually add a little bit more of a bounce to it right here. It is up to you whether or not you want to fully come all the way down. I think at one point we came all the way down like that. This is painful and this hurts, and I like how this looks. I don't see a lot of people using their top rock in levels, and that's something that I highly encourage, because a lot of people think top rock means I just have to stay up here. You can come down and do the same exact thing that you're doing up here. You can come down here. And you can also use that as a gateway for a transition that then eventually hit the floor. So if I was to start like this, right, and then go like this, and then here, boom, boom, and I'm on the floor already. That's a nice, smooth, easy transition that I can do, okay? So, again, this is our front step. Same exact thing with our back step, where we're doing the same exact thing. Each foot is coming diagonally all the way back. You can either keep it all the way in, or you can fully exaggerate that step. You come in, just like that, and go all the way here. Same exact thing. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. You could add a turn just like that. If you wanted to switch it up a little bit, just like that. You can come down, again, just like the front step. Now, can we all stop right here? So, from here, this is a very easy transition again to hit the floor. From here, if I wanted to go from here to here, the only thing that I would do, I would continue spinning to my left. Boom, just like that. Very easy, very simple transition that you can do to get from here down to here. Okay? So, if I were to show you both steps, in addition to how I would transition from both of those steps, it would just be me being here, right? And then I might come down, boom, 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 and I'm already down. You can play with it like that, or if I wanted to go in the opposite direction, here, boom, 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 spin, and I'm down. And once you hit the floor, whatever you want, okay? So, can we spread out? We'll get back into the cipher in a second, but I just want to make sure everybody has space, because I'm not sure if we have enough space in the corners. And I want us to work on those very two simple top rock steps, the front step and the back step. Once you feel comfortable with those two steps, I want us to focus on how we can tweak those steps, meaning adding your own personal variation. Because again, we can all do the same exact step and still look different doing it, okay? Once you feel comfortable with that, I then want you to explore one simple transition from you doing this and how you feel you can get to the floor from here. And I want you to do the same thing with the back step. You can even do the same thing that I just did if you absolutely get stuck. Ideally, I want you to try to explore something different, because there's a lot that you can work with. And again, with this class, I'm really big on having you explore instead of me just handing you stuff. And if you get absolutely stuck, I'll come over, because like static, I don't know what to do. Okay, try this stuff, okay. But ideally, I want you just to try to figure it out on your own first. And again, we're focusing here, right? And keep in mind, we can use shoulders. You can use your chest, right? You can use your hands and your wrists while we're still doing the same step. You can use your head, all right? These are all things that I want us to explore and to implement while you're doing this step. So instead of you just only doing this, you can get really, weird with it. I want you to move. I want you to groove, bop, feel it out. Okay? And again, the last thing is to just try to think of at least one transition while you're doing your front step, and one transition while you're doing that back step. Okay? And again, you can play with levels, you can play with patterns, and yeah, alright?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put my timer on, I'll bounce around, feel it out. If you get absolutely stuck, I'm here. And then eventually, we're gonna go back into the cipher, and I wanna see what everybody did. So you fight, you guys go against that wall. And you guys over here. So we're gonna do this in like a 5v5 type of format, okay?
Yeah.
Just to give you guys the familiarity, what it feels like for those of you know. Because, alright, let me ask you another question. So I think the majority of you told me that you've entered a battle before, right? But how many of you have actually had the opportunity to actually, so, I mean, okay, so, I mean, I didn't want to ask that, but because some prelims, they actually have you go head to head. So for example, like the event that I did over the weekend, like prelims was technically a battle, and they just chose the top people, you know, but I love events like that because it still gives you that experience of facing somebody. And the problem that I have with a lot of events is, you know, and I get why, because like I've done events before too, but I want everybody in the room to start experiencing what it feels like to have an opponent in front of you versus me being a judge and I'm saying, okay guys, I'm going to choose the top 8, do your best, because that's more of a showcase versus having that actual battle experience of going head to head versus somebody. It's a completely different feeling. Completely different feeling. Yeah, so I mean, this is the reason why I also just want you guys to at least get familiar, because I don't really think that there's too many events where prelims have that format. And again, I get why, just for time, but I just want y'all to kind of feel what that feels like, okay? So, I want you all to think about the thing that you just did, your dynamic entry, right? So, you're going to add your dynamic entry with your front step and your back step, in addition to one type of go down that you're going to do from either your front step and or your back step. So if I lead by example, let's say if it's my turn, I'm going to go, right? So, and then from here, I'm here, right? I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and then I go down, okay? So that would be like my example. It doesn't have to be super long, but when you are dancing, this is what I want you to do as well. I want you to make eye contact with one person on the opposite side of the room. And once you make eye contact, when the other person connects with you, that person is then going to have to respond to what that person just did in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to leave that up to you guys to interpret what that means. And just in case you have absolutely no idea what I say, I want you to respond. It means I just want you to pay attention to what they did, and through you using your movement, I want you to acknowledge what they did. That's the result. There's no right or wrong way to respond to somebody. You could be aggressive, you could be funny, you could be cute, you could be kind, you could be a dick. When I say be a dick, don't like push it. But, because, I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to have like a battle mindset. And again, if you want to have like that super like, okay, I'm gonna like smoke you and I'm gonna like fuck you up. If that's what you need to do to kind of like mentally psych yourself out because you're a super nice person and you want to show like this new side of you, go for it. But at the same time, if you know that like that's not you and that's not who you are, then I'm not telling you to go and try to be some like badass if like you just kind of want to dance at the same time, because I've seen people smoke other people with a smile on their face. So your movement is going to speak more than like what you're actually trying to portray. Okay? Alright? So again, you guys are going to, so one person from this side is going to go first. Again, you're going to choose one person just to make eye contact with. You can invade their personal space too, just please no touching. I'm really big on never ever touching your opponent, because some people, you know, I know that some scenes, meaning like, I think like with Trump, There's a lot of touching, and some other street styles they like to touch, but I just tell people just don't do it. It's not worth it. It's really not. I've seen way too many fights that dance happen. Yeah, so just, I mean, if it happens by accident and you're trying to like invade somebody's space and you accidentally touch them, acknowledge that was an accident, because some people are really quick to like punch you in the, like I've seen it. So I just don't go to the gym like, Sally told me to do this, and then nah. Like, yeah. All right. So again, one person from this side. You're going to choose one person to just make that really direct eye contact with. And then once you are done dancing, whoever got that energy, you're going to respond. And then you're going to then choose another person. You're going to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay? Because I want you guys to feel each other's energy. I want you to feel that pressure of just somebody watching you and vice versa, okay? Feel good?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get it. Let's get it. And again, you're not doing much either. We're just focusing on what, guys, dynamic entry and those two simple top rock steps. So that way you have something to work on. And then from there, we're going to go into floor work and footwork. And we're going to do the same exact exercise, okay? Okay, cool. All right. From this side, you are starting off with one of these four, and then whoever gets chosen, you're responding to that person, and then you're going to choose another person after you make that response. Okay? Whoever's feeling it. Whoever is feeling it. My advice is just a hop in. It's going to work.
Whoever side, east side, north. I split the hot plate, you get your flesh torn off. I'm from that place where you pass can't face. My cops can't take, so invade my space. Turn up the bass, you travel in the place. Bombs ain't race and blows we don't waste. Homes we don't taste, all this. They know they place with Chris or Christ. They use their hand. Don't move it, come and choose your life. You try to bruise or choose your life. Choose your cat, choose your rap. When the smoke clears, you'll be like, goddamn, who is that? Loose neck, loose around your neck and back. Embarrassing black, ain't no respect in that. You feel that? You hear that? You see that? Can you believe that? You follow that? Could it be that? You follow that? Could it be that? You hear that? You see that? You hear that? Can you believe that? You follow that? Could it be that? You just follow that? Can you believe that? Let's do it! Everybody up top! All the cats in the front!
So, we're doing the same exact thing, but this time we're going to be focusing on floor/footwork, okay? So, from here we're going to go over a couple of the key core breaking footwork steps. And again, I know a lot of you know this already, so this is nothing more than a recap. If you already have this in the books, I want you to do what I always say, where I want you to think of a harder variation to challenge yourself, okay? I'm gonna just go over a couple of the more easier steps for the people that don't know it yet, and for everybody else, you guys, again, we're gonna do the same exact thing, we're gonna do a harder version of the same step that I know that some of you know already, okay? So it's gonna be all just kneel down, just like this. I don't know if you wanna stay in a cipher, or if you wanna, whatever you guys are feeling. Alright, as long as you have space, that's all I care about. And I'll demonstrate once facing you, I'll do it once this way, okay? So, first things first, we already went over our one-legged kickouts, right?
Yeah.
So, I think, in my opinion, this is the easiest footwork step in breaking. All you're doing is taking one foot, you're kicking out, and we're going to be landing on that heel. I'm going to be sitting on the opposite heel. Also, I like to just reiterate this, just for those of you who haven't taken my class before. When you guys are on the floor, I do recommend that you have your hands here versus here, just so that way the majority of the weight is being distributed here in your inner knuckles, right here, versus it going into your wrists. And that's just so that you can have longevity inside of your wrists. In the long run, I have too many breaker friends that started out doing flat-handed footwork, and now their wrists are just done. So the only downside is that you will get callus just like this, so this is permanent. Just as long as I dance, this is never gonna go away, but I would rather have this than my wrist fucked up, okay? So it's up to you. I just want to at least let you know. Also, on my right hand, I am injured. I fractured 2 fingers and they healed improperly, so sometimes if I'm teaching, you'll notice that I will go like this, but a lot of the times I do go like this. I just don't want you guys to call me out and be like, well, you taught us how to do this, so why are you doing it? Just because I'm injured, and I'm, I guess, kind of handicapped on this side, alright? But yeah, if possible, just try to do this.
One thing you might try is the knuckle walk. Do it. Walk in the knuckle.
No way, I will pass. I'm impressed that you could do that, but I was in PT and everything, and I just accepted it. Yeah, it's okay. We're just doing this, just like that. Again, our heel is out. So while we're here, I always like to remind people that I like to bring my hands up into the sky. This is not mandatory. I just like to do this for balance. If you prefer to do this, you prefer to do this, you prefer to do this, that is fine. I personally just like to do this because it makes me feel better, alright? And then from here, we're bringing it in. We're shifting our hips, just like that, and then we're kicking out and doing the same exact thing, alright? So we bring it in again, switch, kick out, bring it in, switch, kick out. So, from that one step, right, you can do a lot with that. I know it's very basic, very simple, but again, you can double step like that. Here, you can bring this right foot to come around like that, just like that. That could be a small variation after you kick out, bringing it here, and then switching, bringing it here, and then bringing it back in. play with that step a lot, okay? Whether you want to change direction. I've seen some, I'm not this flexible, but I've seen some people go like 1, 2, 3, and then kick out like all the way up there. Yeah, so for those of you that do yoga, Pilates, and all this stuff where you're fully extending yourself, if you feel like you can handle kicking out in the air and holding it, go for it. But that would count as like a level change if you're doing the same exact step, okay? Now, with us remembering this step, you can do the same exact thing, but instead of kicking out 1 foot, you can kick out 2 feet, okay? And that's going to consist of us having both the right feet going to one direction together, all right? Now, with this step, you want to do a lot faster. Obviously, like the longer you're on that hand, the harder it's going to be. So when you kick in, you're going to come back in. When you kick out, you're going to come back in immediately. And that's going to look like that, okay? Kicking all the way out and bringing it all the way back in as quickly as I can, okay? So that's going to look like this. And then from here, I'm going to switch my hips just like I did the last step, and the same exact thing. I'm landing on my heel, I'm going in and out diagonally, just like that, okay? And then I'm switching my hips this way, just like that, and I switch, just like that, all right? And then there was the last one, where I have 1 foot, go all the way out, I follow the opposite foot, just like this, and I go in, right? And then I'm gonna switch. So 1 foot comes out, and I say 1 foot instead of your left and right because I want you to decide what foot you want to kick out first. It doesn't matter which foot goes out. As long as each foot comes out, and in. I know some people prefer starting with the right, some people prefer starting with the left. I want you all to figure that out for your own, okay? So again, I'll demonstrate it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to notice that when I'm kicking out, I'm almost standing up just a little bit, just to make the transition and come back in a little bit easier versus me staying that same exact level. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to try to increase the speed, that would look like so that's what it'll look like if you do it continuous. And that's a really, in my opinion, a really easy move to do if you really want to hit a continuous beat. Like, it looks really good, try it. And it's a really easy beat though. Alright, so, just for now, again, we have this, right? 1-legged kick out, 2-legged, and using both feet. Okay? And I want us to work on that and mixing all of these steps together. If you can think of little, what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you. Little transitions to do in between. Thank you. Whether it's you doing this could be a dynamic pose right here. And I noticed that some of you did that while you were top rocking, which I appreciate. So even if you're here, like doing those little pauses, they matter. So especially if you're like going up and you intentionally stop for that one beat to kind of like leave us on edge, it just looks really good. Alright? And when you do that with your footwork, it looks even better because people are used to doing their footwork continuous. And when I see like B-girls and B-boys doing footwork, you know, like this, and then it just, I want to see a little bit more of that. It just, yeah, and it also just gives you like a second just to catch your breath, just to breathe at the same time. So I don't want you to feel like, okay, I have to keep going super fast. Like, take your time. That was my issue when I first started. I would always rush. For those of you that know Spidey was like, my mentor, and he was like, Sag, you have footwork, but your shit is sloppy, and you need to go slower. And I was just like, okay. And I had to train myself to go slower, because I was always trying to go fast, because I always had fast footwork, because I played music rhythm games, and that's a whole other story. But yeah, like, when you're doing this exercise, like, just take your time and really just feel with it, alright? Same thing applies to, like, if you feel comfortable to add shoulders, chest, nodding your head while you're here, you know, you can do that, alright? So again, we're just working on those 3 steps and going in and out of them together. I'm gonna demonstrate them one more time. Alright, we're doing this and that. Second one, boom, boom. Third one. Okay? So, now, I want you to work on it by yourself, just for like a minute or 2, just to get familiar. Then we're going to do the same exact thing. You're either going to use the same dynamic entry, you're going to use a new one, you're going to do the same top rack step, we're going to do a go down, and then you're going to go into all of these steps. Alright? Alright. Same exact thing. Alright? Just feel out those 3 steps and mixing it together.
I'm a big gun gunner like Boba Fett. Y'all more shell shocked than a soldier get. If the prize in my sight, then I'm going for this. Woo woo BGs be the ultimate. I'm the corporate, you need a rope for this. When you said it on a magnetic culture tip, get down how you supposed to get. I got nothing to lose. I'm a killer with no regrets. I'm like young LL, cause I'm hard as hell. Making niggas who face like God the melt. Now I'm all out on my own like Patty LaBelle. Put the 15 down on your man myself.
Never lose, never choose to bruise you to do something to us. Talk goes through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Mama. Close like stars, we ain't much, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze trees at your cherry MCs and every MC easily. Easily, niggas frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just keep my peace, even with the Jesus peace, with my peace. After who want it, they gotta think I'm on it. That Brooklyn bullshit.
I mean, listen, like, if you want to do the same one, it's, like, I'm not gonna force. Do what you want, but just to help you grow a little bit, you know, I do wanna try to bring something new out to you. So again, one dynamic entry, and if you feel like you just don't know what to do, then I'm gonna use this couple seconds just to just talk about burns a little bit. So again, a burn is pretty much, again, a way for you to come at your opponent. That could be, again, you can take out a gun if you really wanted to. That's super violent, I know, but I mean, that's hip hop, unfortunately. You could, I've seen people take out like daggers and go and stab your opponent and slice ankles, put it back, and then end in like a really cool pose after. I've seen people throw stars, kunai, take out swords. You can get really creative with your burns, okay? I've seen people use like anime references and using kamehamehas and Hadoukens from Street Fighter, and you can get really weird with it, alright? So there's no wrong way to technically burn your opponent. Again, you can add some humor in it too. I've seen somebody get dunked on, where they were pretending that they were playing basketball. They were just like that, one like that, did an alley-oop and dunked on somebody, and it was just crazy. But yeah, that could be another thing that you could do if you just don't know what to do to kind of present yourself. You can just come at your opponent, alright? So, yeah, don't be afraid to try it. Again, don't be afraid to try it. Like, this is safe space, like nobody's gonna get you after class. Again, after you do that, 2 top rock steps. Now, from here, if you want to incorporate a little bit more of a different style, I'm not opposed to that. And I know ideally this is a breaking class, but just for this exercise, and because I want to see just a little bit more of just this, and I don't have time to teach like a whole pop rock course. If you want to add a little bit of hip hop, house step there too, or if you want to whack, or if you want to lock, or if you want to just do something just to enhance this step, go for it. Just to add a little bit more creativity. Again, ideally a different go down from what you just did. This in some way. The last thing that I also wanted to talk about before you guys participate is when you all finish, if you all know what a freeze is, by show of hands, if you know what a freeze is, please raise your hand. That was a freeze, that was right. Okay.
We all just did.
Yeah. Yeah, so I also would love for everybody just to implement a very simple freeze. And it doesn't have to be, again, a crazy freeze like on the floor. A freeze is nothing more than a dynamic pose for you to signify that you just finished your set strong. So even if these, that's cool too. But I want everybody just to do this exercise first. And then once we do that last thing, I'm happy to go one last time and then that'll be it for class. Okay? Cool. All right, any questions, comments, concerns? Are we all good? Okay, cool. All right, so let's get started. So my side on the left is gonna go first again. All right. Woo. before we part is threads. So threads are basically us taking portions of one piece of your body and pretty much not fusing it, but putting it through. Alright, I think it's better if I just show you an example. So, if I was to create a gap like this, right? If I was to take this hand, put this hand through here, and connect it to another piece of my body, and then I released, and then I put this hand through just like there, and then I released, and I created another gap right here, where I'm going to have this elbow connect with my knee here, and I'm putting this through here, and then I release. I put this together like that to create another gap, which is going to be this hole right here. I'll put this through, and I release. So these are me breaking and starting new threads, right? So we can use threads standing up, ideally with you creating little holes like this. The more flexible you are, you do have an edge. I'm not the most flexible person up top, so a lot of my threads do consist of me being on the floor. But for those of you that are double jointed, you have a super big edge. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But the threads that I actually want to demonstrate with you all is going to be us coming to the floor. So can we all take a seat real quick? All right. So from here, we're going to do a very simple thread combo. And when it's everybody's turn to go, you all don't have to execute this exact combo, but if you can just take a piece of it and add it to whatever it is that you want to do, that's all that I'm looking for, okay? So you're just using this as like an outline, all right? So from here, let's start here, because ideally, we're going to be doing our footwork first. So let's use the footwork example that we just did, where I'm going to do kick out, just like that. It's going to be 1, 2. So from here, I'm then going to bring it back in from here. My right foot is going to come forward, just right here. And now I'm going to fall down just like that. So this left foot I am going to grab with my right hand. And this is going to be the first gap that I just created, right? From here, I'm going to lift up this right foot. We are going to put this foot that I'm circling through the hole that we just created down here, just like that. Boom. All right, so that is going to be our first thread. From here, I'm then going to lift that same foot and put it right back through, just right here. While we are not letting go, this is going to be a little tough, but we're going to all try our best to move over to the far right as we can, because we're going to do a roll and we're not letting go. So apologies if anybody gets touched, but from here I am going to, again, I'm not letting go of this foot. I'm going to come down into my chest and I'm rolling to my left, rolling, rolling, rolling. Once I'm on my back, I'm sitting up and I'm lifting up this foot and I'm putting it right back through the hole, just like that, okay? So once I do that, I am then going to sit up, just right here, and this left foot that I'm wiggling is gonna slide underneath this upper left thigh, just like this. You all see this? Here, boom, all right? So once I do that, this is gonna be the ending, because I don't wanna make it too complicated. From here, I am then gonna lay down here, onto like my right forearm. I'm going to lift up my left foot. I'm going to grab my right foot and I'm going to put this through just like that. And that is going to be it. Okay, so let's go through it one more time, just so that everybody has a basic understanding. Okay, so again, 2 kickouts. 1, 2, step forward, leaning down, grabbing my foot, right foot comes up, thread it through, boom, put it through again, boom, we do the roll, 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 sit up, put that foot right back through, boom.
Wait, slow down. sit up. Let me see them sit up again. 'Cause that's what it is.
Not a problem. Let me. So okay, boom, boom. I come down. I grab this. I'm putting this through the hole. Boom. And then I'm putting it back through the hole, just like that. I roll. I'm rolling. And I'm rolling. Just right here.
Wait, which leg are you holding left?
I'm holding my left leg, yeah.
Okay.
So now from this position, yeah, so from here I'm gonna sit up and I'm not letting go. I'm sitting up.
Okay.
Right foot is gonna go through that hole, boom.
Okay.
Just right there. And from here, I'm sitting up. My left foot is sliding underneath. Boom, just like that. I'm putting all my weight on this right arm right here. Left foot's gonna come up. I'm grabbing my right, putting this through, and that is all.
Okay.
Okay? Does anybody need to see one more time? Okay. And even if you mess up, that's okay. I just want to see a concept of that thread.
Yeah.
Where you're just taking one foot, boom, you can slide underneath. You're doing that, or you can go the opposite direction. Yeah, basically this. This is what I'm looking for. You taking one foot and putting it through the other while creating that gap. All right? So now we're gonna add everything together. Everybody's going to go one more time. And anything else I want to add? Try your best to add everything. One dynamic entry, one burn, top rock, a different go down if possible. Those 3 footwork steps. And this time we're adding some type of thread and then a freeze at the very end. All right? The thing that works for me best, that the people that I train with, is really just taking my time. So going back to what I was saying before, where I have a habit where I like to go fast, and I notice that when I do slow it down, and I'm just like, all right, so even if I'm here, right? So I'm top rocking, and I'm here, go down, right? And then I'm doing forward, and I'll tell myself, okay, I'm doing forward, and from here, I'm doing a thread, and I'll literally have like an outline sometimes in my head where I'll check it off, like I just did top rock, I just did my go down, I just did footwork, I just did a thread. And the slower I go, it's like I'm looking at myself from like a third person perspective. It's almost like an out of body experience where I'm like, I'm seeing how I look from like the outside perspective. Yeah. Yeah, so just really taking your time and being conscious. Because I know that once the music kicks in and this goes, God forbid, you guys do experience this. For those of you that are competing this weekend, try your best to be present. And I know the crowd having a judge watch you, it's intense when you're not used to that. And even with me competing for all these years, it still gets to me sometimes. And that's Kevin. Kevin will occasionally pop in, but yeah, he also hosts the floorwork sessions every Wednesday, every third Wednesday. So yeah, if you guys don't know him, get familiar with him. Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? It's every third Wednesday.
Every third Wednesday, he hosts in the big room. Yeah. So yeah. All right, but you can talk to him after because he's gonna be with me and then in the big room. Oh, also for those of you that are interested, I host an open session directly after this class. If this is your first time taking class, you do have free access to the open session. If this is your first time, assuming that you do want to stay. If not, it is an additional $7. And that is it. I will give you guys more details after, but I just want you guys to try this exercise one last time. And again, don't hold back. Like, this is the last one. You know, you can get funky, you can get aggressive. Just go all in. All right. And after everybody goes, I will send you guys the flyers because I have the majority of y'all on Insta. If you guys want, and if you want any of the details or any of the information for any of the events, I'll DM you. And if not, cool. But yeah, all right. So let's get it. Same exact thing. Woo. Let's get it. Somebody else, somebody else. He always goes first in all my classes. And I love him for that, but somebody else. Anybody? Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay.
Hey! Let's go.
Let him know. Yes.
Hey.
Hey, that arrow, you shot. Yup. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Yep, I see it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Let her know. Yup. Hey, little shimmy on me. Yes, there you go. Nice. Yep, that's right, I see it. Nice, nice. Let's get it. Nice, nice. Yes. Hey, that's good. The response. I see it, Nice, nice. That's right. Boom. Boom. Good job, good job, good job. That's good, that's good. Alright. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that thought. So, I was not aware that we are way over. So, with that being said, if you did not go, I am so sorry.
It's okay.
That is 100% on me because I was just not. I got caught up. I get caught up sometimes. However, for those of you that do decide to stay, if you do have the opportunity to stay, I would love for us to continue this. If you gotta go, I'm so sorry. Again, that is my fault. That is my bad. If you did not go, you really wanted to go. But we do have to clear the room. And I just do want to say thank you guys for coming. If you guys want to continue talking, I'm down to chill out up to the front. And again, I feel super bad because everybody did not go.
It's okay.
But yeah.
That was a great class.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really try to do like more stuff sometimes depending on what's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping, this was useful,
It was,
for you guys. And yeah, CJ, my bad. I got caught up. My bad. Yeah. All right, man.
Jimmy Peak, 18.
18. Yes. Okay.
I'll send you a link to the buy tickets.
Will do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Yeah. I'm happy. Yeah. Word. Yeah. Again, like, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
I want to come more.
For sure.
I'm
Again.
just going to good things.
Oh, okay. Let me just grab my stuff because I know CJ using the room real quick. Again, my bad, bro. I'll talk to you. I had like a really exciting class, and I got caught up. So apologies. Give me 2 seconds to grab my stuff. Hello. What's good, bro? Give me 2 seconds. I'm coming out in 2 seconds. Is that room still being used? They're kind of just. Oh, they're cleaning up. Okay. I just want to put my stuff in there. Yo, what up?